Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this beautiful 2016 Infiniti QX70 Touring Edition that we have for sale. I've been with Infiniti over 16 years, and my favorite Infiniti crossover of all time is the QX70. It is just one of my favorites for a lot of reasons. I like the styling, I like the fit and finish, I like the fact that it's built on a sports car platform. It's built on the same platform as the 350, 370Z. The 3.7 liter V6 that they use in this is one of the best engines, in my opinion, ever made. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Just checks off a lot of boxes, and one of these days I'd like to add one of these to my my car family that's kind of growing. I have 3 cars already. And one of them is an Infiniti G35, and I'd like to round out my collection of a nice QX70 like this. Unfortunately, I can't buy this one. If I was a little bit financially able to, I probably would, but this 16 model only has 40,175 miles. And I have a pretty long relationship with this QX70. About 2 years ago, it was brought to us as a lease turn-in, and when people turn in their new Infiniti leases at our store, we have first dibs on buying them from Infiniti Financial Services. And of course, I opted to buy this one for our used inventory. We sold it to these 2 nice physicians. There were a couple that moved from New Jersey. They moved out here, and we sold this to them. They're looking for a vehicle. And they serviced it regularly in our service department. But more recently, those 2 physicians, that husband and wife, they're moving to Panama, and unfortunately they couldn't bring this with them for a number of reasons. They looked into importing it in the Panama. It was just too expensive, and they were going to go live in the mountains, and they actually need a real, rugged 4x4 vehicle for where they're going, and this wouldn't do very well in that type of setting. So they sold it to us, and of course, why wouldn't I buy this from them? So we happily bought it back from them, and now it's available for sale for its next owner. And if you're in the market for a QX70, this is a really nice example. Very well equipped. It has the Deluxe Touring Package, which if I was going to buy one of these, at the very least I'd want to have that. New, this wasn't cheap at $56,340. This was definitely a high-end luxury vehicle when it was new, and it still is. So the Deluxe Touring Package is the package that I definitely want if I bought one of these, and that was $3,300 for the Deluxe Touring Package, giving you 20-inch wheels, which really makes the look of this vehicle. Nice upgraded quilted leather seats. Then you have climate controlled seats, so the front seats are heated and cooled. You have a fan that goes on that circulates either warm or cooled air, and it feels very nice. Then you get this upgraded maple wood trim. Have it over on the door as well. Aluminum pedals. And it did come with a tonneau cover, but I don't think it has it anymore, unfortunately. That's sometimes with used cars, you don't get all the bits and pieces that they came with when they were new. It's kind of just the way it is. Then this has the premium package, which gives you navigation. You have an around view monitor, a lot of other features, but the premium package is pretty common on these. I don't think I've seen one without the premium package, but the Deluxe Touring Package is a little bit more rare. So we have this beautiful interior, nice black piano finish, keyless ignition with push button start, 7-speed automatic transmission. You also can put in manual shift mode. You pull the shifter back and to the left, and you push up to upshift, back to downshift. It will give you rev match downshifts for a sportier sound and feel. Great setting Bose audio system. Navigation. 360-degree around view camera, great for parallel parking, low speed maneuvering, power adjustable steering wheel that tilts and telescopes, $40,175 miles, sorry, it's actually priced a lot less than that. Power folding mirrors. And look at this beautiful exterior. It's not your typical boxy, cookie cutter SUV. The QX70 is inspired by a sports car. It shares its platform with the Nissan 370Z platform. And the styling is inspired by a sports car. It has very sporty, sports car inspired lines. A nice sloping fastback rear. We actually have seen this kind of design re-emerge again with the new Infiniti QX55. And the QX70 and the original FX35, which eventually evolved into the QX70. That's all the inspiration for our brand new QX55 product, which is coming out. A lot of design influences we see in that QX55 product, which is supposed to be a sporty crossover just like this QX70. This is where the inspiration came from, and there has been kind of a model gap for a little while since Infiniti has dropped the QX70. 2017 unfortunately was the last year, but they're trying to fill that gap again with the QX55, but still a lot of differences between this and the QX55. For one, this is still going to be a little bit more better performer. It's got more horsepower, and it's got a rear-wheel drive sports car platform, where the QX55 has a variable compression 4-cylinder engine, CVT transmission, and a front-wheel drive based platform, which is okay for performance, but it's not the same as this rear-wheel drive sports car platform QX70. Some of my favorite Infinitis are built on this advanced front-midship platform. The G35, which I have, the G37, the Q50, Q60 are all built on this advanced front midship platform, and all the Infinitis built on the advanced front midship platform are built and assembled in Japan as well. This one features an intelligent all-wheel drive system, so when all-wheel drive is not needed, it'll be 100% rear-wheel drive for the feel of a rear-wheel drive sports car. Plus that cuts down on premature tire wear, and it helps improve fuel economy by having that rear-wheel drive bias. But this QX70 has microprocessors constantly monitoring driving conditions, so as soon as those rear wheels slip, in a matter of milliseconds, almost instantly, it can send up to 50% of the vehicle's power to the front wheels. Also has a great vehicle stability control system called Vehicle Dynamic Control, which will prevent the wheels from spinning, and also prevent the car from fishtailing or sliding. I don't know if you ever slid or fishtailed in the corners. Well, the Vehicle Dynamic Control system will prevent that from happening. It works really well. My rear-wheel drive G35 gets a little bit squiggly in these wet conditions, and it definitely makes it a lot more easy to drive my car. You're not going to slip as much with this all-wheel drive system. You'll very rarely see the traction control light go on in this one, unless you're in the snow, because that all-wheel drive system is just so good at putting the power to the ground. You get very little wheel slip. This thing just takes right off. You can see this has a power rear lift gate. Oh, I'll pause my phone call until I finish the video. All season mats, so you have the Infiniti all season mats, and then you have the original carpeted floor mats. Spare tires under there, and great packaging idea. They actually put the subwoofer for the Bose sound system inside the spare tire. Really smart use of space. Of course, you can fold those seats down for more cargo space. Sometimes the headrest will get in the way, so you got to move that seat forward or take the headrest off to get the seats to fold down all the way. No big deal. And look at the lines of the QX70. You have a dual exhaust system, a lower restriction exhaust system, gives it a little bit of a growl. And you have this beautiful curvaceous body. You're going to get lots of looks and compliments. And going back to the previous owners, they absolutely love this vehicle. They did pretty well for themselves. They've had a lot of nice cars, including, you know, very expensive Range Rovers and Jaguars, and they told me that this is one of their favorite cars of all time. They're just so impressed about how well it drove and handled and how reliable it is, and they really were sad about having to let it go. But unfortunately, circumstances, a new life in Panama, wouldn't allow them to bring it with them. And going to one of the best parts of the QX70 is the amazing 3.7 liter V6. Don't take my word for it. Google the VQ37 or Infiniti 3.7 liter V6 and you'll see wonderful accolades about this engine. I've seen these engines go 200, 300,000 miles. I've even heard stories from some of our customers and our Facebook friends and YouTube commenters saying that they've had versions of these engines with close to 400,000 miles. Not too surprising, since the engine is actually designed to have a service life of 300,000 miles. It makes about 325 horsepower. You have maintenance-free timing chain, so you never need to worry about the cost of replacement of timing belts. So not only is it a very reliable engine, but it's also low maintenance with those maintenance-free timing chains. If you're in the market for a amazingly reliable and beautifully styled and wonderful driving luxury crossover, this QX70 is well worth the look. I think you'll be very impressed. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope to see you soon and have a wonderful day.